Down.
I'm almost getting there, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Light work. It's taking time.
How's life been treating you?
Man, it's been going through right now. We in a position of change.
Okay.
We are in the position right now of change.
Yeah, I mean, fall coming.
Yeah.
You know, semester change.
Fall.
Life changes.
A
lot of changes. But what change you talking about?
You talking about changes with the last one you said. Life changes.
Life changes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
New positions, new locations.
Yeah, new locations is definitely something that I'm looking forward to next year.
Here we go. I think we both looking for that.
Yeah.
If not now, if not later, but now.
No, yeah, seriously. Complacency done made me lack a lot of changes that I wanted in my life. So, yep, now it's time to make them changes.
Trying to make them changes?
Yep, now it's time to make them changes.
Because remember, the price is right.
Rest in peace, Bob Barker.
Absolutely.
Man, it almost sounded like he had a cool name for a rock star, which was AKA Travis Barker.
Yo.
Or Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Yeah,
It just sounds like it has
dope.
to be something that come with that. Who is he? Is he a game show? Is he a painter?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about changes in your everyday life and changes in the positions that you were in.
Mm-hmm.
Just an overall all-out change. Don't rush the change. You can't rush the change.
You can't rush change. You just gotta be consistent.
Yeah, when it comes, just don't fold.
Yep.
Don't fold.
Yep. You're right about that. It's like the job I'm at is changing.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't fold. You just gotta just show them that you can roll with the punches. Seriously, you could just show them that you can roll with the punches. You can play the big boy game just as well as they can.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, for somebody that's been there for 15, you just gotta accept that there's major changes that's always around the corner.
And they're gonna happen.
Yep.
And then when that change does happen, you see a lot of people with the boo-boo face that things are changing.
Ooh, it's so bad.
Because you know that it's
face.
They got the mad face or their attitude change because they wasn't expecting the change, I guess to say. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know, they get not even just the boo-boo face. It's like they get in their feelings. They get upset. They start going back to what was being done in the early 90s. And you sit there and you have to tell them like, yo, it's not the 90s anymore.
Not even that. It's so much. No one likes change. Because not only do no one likes change. Because you got to think about it. The Wright brothers got laughed at for trying to make a plane.
Yep.
When people was with the horse and the buggies, and they see like this weird contraption with 4 wheels, they're looking like, what is that?
Yep.
And now look at you. Now look what you drive.
Flying all over the place.
Driving all over the place. Now I'm not saying that there still aren't people that still use the horse and buggy, thing. But at the same time,
because it's still useful in some areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely so useful in some
areas. You know what I'm saying? But those people got laughed at with change. Some changes might not be to your liking, but someone technically sees the bigger picture. If you know what I'm saying? So they see something. Sometimes it may not be the right change, but they may feel it's a change. But since no one wants to tell them about it, you're stuck with it.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna say something? Nope. No, we're just gonna ride it out. Okay, bet.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep.
We're just.
So yeah, change. You just gotta. It come at unexpected times, and you just gotta Embrace.
It's funny you said that. It's funny you just said that. Cause I was about to say we had a term in the military called "embrace the suck."
Yep. Yep. Nope. Seriously.
You
Like,
just
you can't take the bad without the good. Take the good without the bad. You just it will never work. It will never work. You gotta roll with the punches. You just gotta, like you said, accept that shit.
you gotta accept it. There's nothing permanent except change, man.
So for people that don't wanna, so what do you tell the ones that can't accept the change? How can they start to accept new circumstances, new change, new roles, new just
In a nutshell,
yep.
run with it or get ran over. That's
I kind of like that because yeah,
You
I
can-
kind of like that.
you can implement certain things.
And just know, you know, because you lost something
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily mean that now you have to change up to gain those things. No, it's, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept that you just missed the marks, and now you just gotta change for the times that's now instead of before, because a lot of people try and change for the past that no longer exists.
Mm.
You know, I'm one of them. Trying to change for something that no longer exists anymore. We old now, so
It's good to.
you just gotta change for what's for today.
I think it's good to reminisce on it and try and like bring certain pieces and aspects of that. But,
Yeah.
But the full change that you want, you know, the whole "I wish I knew then what I know now"
Yep.
kind of motif or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think we all had that. You know,
I had a lot of them over
I
my
think we
years.
all have had that. I wish I would have did this different, but there's a reason why you didn't do it, because it was meant to help you grow. You know what I'm saying? It was a learning lesson.
Yep. It was a big learning lesson.
So when it comes to those kind of changes, we don't like change because we like being comfortable where we at, and then the change comes and it sideswipes you. Now, if you know that the change is coming though, which sometimes we know the change is coming, you just have to prepare for it, and how to prepare for it by embracing it. What are you going to do different so when it comes you don't just get hit and sideswiped? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's another way to prepare yourself. You got a new boss coming. Try to find out little small things about your boss. You got a new worker coming. Find out little small things. Changing job locations from your old location to a new one. Try and find a quicker route to work. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So-
and even when you
you-
move further, I could not have found the quickest route that I had for 10 years being 5 minutes away from work.
Oh man,
Now
my fault. Did I just hit?
Now I'm trying to find a newer route within a 20-minute span. Oh Lord, that's crazy now. So I get it.
There's so much involved with change.
So much.
Changing.
That probably was my biggest change in the last couple of years.
Was the route?
Commute. Yep. Commute was the biggest change right now. So I don't know, man. That's it. It's just
It's so much.
it is.
Changing your eating habits.
Ooh, I'm going through that now too.
I think we all are.
Yep.
Especially now when it's about to that weather about to start coming.
Yo.
And that comfort food about to start coming.
Yep.
And,
And it's hard because I'm down 20. Everybody, congratulations to me. But I'm down definitely 20.
sound effects.
So when you sit there and you think about those type of things, like, yo, the change that you made to have that little small summer bod, and now it's the winter coming, and
fall
to
in
sit
the winter, and then
house.
just be in the crib.
So
And
you gotta embrace those changes and make sure that you keep up with what your consistency of what you've been doing. So it's a lot, man. It's
and
definitely
add
a
some
lot.
stuff to your home routine, maybe.
Oh man, like
You know what I'm saying?
add a lot.
Yeah, those kind of changes. Changes in your relationships. Changes.
Yeah, I've been trying to change some of those too. Changes with friendships. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest thing.
Friendships, significant others.
Yep.
Start to peel back certain layers where you got comfortable or whatever, and seeing if you can change them. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to change, because sometimes you need somebody to tell you, though, at the same time, even if you don't change.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much involved with change. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's for the good, and sometimes it's for the bad. But either way, it's still a learning experience. So.
But what else I gotta change? What about changes? What else about changes we need?
Well,
do you got any quotes?
Well, in the quotes, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, some good ones.
Like, because I feel like with changes, you gotta have some sort of quotes to be able to embrace this different type of change that you're going through. And I think that certain different type of quotes for changes is for certain different type of people for different type of times that they're going through in their lives with the changes they're going through. Like the changes of the death of a lost person, lost one in the family that people love.
That's a real one.
That's one of the biggest changes, and I feel like that's one of the changes that you can never
replace.
But you can have an uplifting quote sometimes to just accept.
Put it like in front of your door.
Yeah,
like the college teams, like before they go out the tunnel, they tap the banner before they leave out.
Mm-hmm.
Do that every day before you leave out your crib. Put it like right by your door before you bounce. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The first step towards change is awareness.
Yeah. So
change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. So those are the things that we not only need to change within ourselves, but hopefully a couple of these little mementos will help you in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And so hit on with a quote real fast, man, before we let the people
do what they gotta do.
Do what they gotta do.
So one of the best ones I could find right now is the first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance.
Be aware of the change and accept it. It's like that works.
Excuse me.
Being
if you don't
being
like it.
Private for 50 years and then going corporate in a matter of 2-3 years. That's a big change, man. You just gotta accept. You just gotta be aware that things like that can happen. Private, going from a private ownership to a big old corporation, that can happen in a blink of an eye.
Absolutely.
And you have to accept that corporation rules do not apply to, let me say that right. Private owned business mindsets do not apply sometimes to corporate worlds. So you have to accept that you have to change some things up.
Right.
So
you have to change with the times. You definitely got to change with the times. Because time waits for no man.
You're right.
Yep. So there's a lot of things that we got going on that we just wish basically to help give you a few little gems that we have. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the the change that we seek. So you have to understand that when things change, you might not want to change with them. But the change is either going to uplift you, it's going to better you, maybe give you a new foundation. One of those two that we want to basically try to help you guys out with in this moment in time, because we know that times are changing. And the times that are changing are, some may say it's for the best, some may say it's for the worst. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. If any of you know where that's from, let me know at the bottom. We're gonna start doing like little questions and surveys. We're gonna throw them out there and see who actually showing love to the page, because we know we want to give you guys a lot of information, as much as we can, as much as possible, because that's kind of like the main reason why we started this, to try and not only help each other with things that we find out or learn, but also to give you guys some kind of, how you say, some momentum to help you on your everyday path and your journey. So as we continue on this path, we're all going to go through changes. Sometimes changes are the inevitable. Sometimes we can't help the change. Sometimes you can see the change coming but choose not to be involved in the change until the change happens and it's on your front door and it's nothing you can do about it. So certain things you can't help, but for the things that you can, try to give you some type of tips to move in easy, so you won't get hit as hard and as fast as when it really comes at you full blast. Life is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment and making the best of it without knowing what's going to happen next. And this kind of goes into, if you watched our last show that we did, I was talking about horror movies and the shock value. Not as much as the gore or the horror, but the shock. It's the shock that's what gets the blood racing, get you pumping, get you moving. It's more the shock. So sometimes that's what change does. Change does something to you, and it gives you a different way of how your chemical imbalance kind of like shifts, because it's the unknown of the change, not knowing what's coming next, that we basically have to be prepared for and see it from a distance and say, okay, that's what that is. I know it's coming. Let me buckle down. Let me brace for shock. You know what I'm saying? Let me prepare myself, because I know the change is coming. That's when you know it's coming. If you don't know it's coming, that's when you kind of understand, where you kind of know where you are in society. Will you, if something goes down, will you be prepared? Will you be able to take care of yourself? Will you be able to take care of others if need be? There are certain things that comes with the change that we're not used to, but we need to start preparing. I'm encouraging everybody to start preparing and start looking at certain things for the long haul. Like in our area, we had a power outage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what to do in a power outage. A lot of people aren't prepared for a power outage. Now, mind you, that's in your little area. That's your neighborhood. Imagine now on your street, your neighborhood, your county. What are you doing for those kind of situations? What are you prepared to do? Have you even thought about those things? Or preparing for that? Because I know we're so bombarded with everyday life and not knowing what's going on. And sometimes things like that are kind of like used as tools to make you not know what to do. Bombard you with so much work, bombard you with so much school, bombard you with so much family life, that certain things like that you won't even think about preparing for until it's too late. But if you are able to do both of those things, prepare your family, prepare your household for certain kind of like catastrophic catastrophes in certain situations. If you're able to do both of those things, that's a better thing and it's a bigger plus. So we're just basically trying to give you guys a little bit of information. As we can see, my co-host right now is MIA at the moment. So what we're going to basically do is we're going to end this show right now, and we thank you all, and we'll see you next time.